Bam, Mr. Charu. We are going to find the area of a triangle without having to know its base and without having to know its height. And we're going to do it with this triangle here that we just used in my law of cosine video. So why don't we want to just do 1/2 base times height to find the area of this triangle? Well, we don't know the base and we don't know the height. Now you could argue that I could take this triangle and rotate it and make the 7 the base, and we could find the height, but it would still involve some form of a trig function, sine or cosine. So pre-calc and trig is already a lot of work. Let's not add more to it if we don't need to. And that's why we have some other versions of finding area that they involve, at least with this first choice here, a trig function, but it's going to quicken the pace of finding the area of triangles when we're not given some convenient information. This looks like 3 formulas, but they're all the same thing. They're just rewriting it based on the letters or the information given to you. If you have 2 sides and an included angle, see how these are all different letters? When you have 2 sides and an included angle, this formula, and whatever form you'd like to look at it that's convenient, or just memorize one and understand that these are included sides making this angle, then you got a nice, quick, easy formula for finding area. We do have two sides, and we do have an included angle. That would be the SAS pattern. So let's go ahead and find the area of this triangle. Area is equal to 1/2, and if you wanted, since I have it up here, let's just use the one that fits our variables. We have angle C, so 1/2 A, which is 6, times B, which is 7. Just, the two, you're just using the 2 sides that's making the angle that you have, and the included angle is, in this case, C, or it's the sine of 49 degrees. So, when you type that into your calculator, as long as it's in degree mode and not radian mode, 1/2 7 times 6, or 6 times 7 times the sine of 49, comes out to be 15.85 square units. Don't forget area is 2-dimensional, length and width, so it's units squared for area. Now, let's say that we did not know that this was 49 degrees. And with that amount of information given, it might be kind of difficult to find, or impossible to find the third side. But actually, there's really no reason for me to erase that. But in the previous video for law of cosine, with that angle measure in there that I just erased, I'm going to go ahead and put it back. This side over here was 5.5 units. There's really no reason not to look at that 49 degrees. So if you're given all 3 sides of a triangle, 7, 6, and 5.5, and you don't know that angle, you could find it using law of cosine, but this formula here is going to allow you to quickly find the area of that triangle without having to do too much extra work, or if you want to say any extra work at all. And how you work out this little process here is you do this little equation down here first to find S, which is simply half the perimeter, and then you plug all your values, your A, B, C, your 3 sides of your triangle, along with S, which is 1/2 your perimeter, into that formula, and boom, there comes your answer. So we have step 1. Find out what S is. Well, it's equal to 1/2 the perimeter. So it's 1/2 7 plus 6 plus 5.5. And that comes out to be, well, I didn't round my answers off so much when I did my scratch work, so let's just do this. 5, 7, plus 6, plus 5.5, and we get 9.25. Okay, so now we know what half the perimeter is. We can apply it to the square root formula, and out comes the area. So area is equal to the square root of S, which is 9.25, times S minus A, so 9.25 minus side A, which is 6, times 9.25 minus B, which is going to be 7, times S minus C, which is 5.5, and that comes out to Drum roll, please. 15.93. Now, you might say, why didn't you just, copy the answer you had done a second ago? They're slightly different, again, due to round-off error. And, do you type it all in once in your calculator? Do you work it out in little pieces? But they are going to be, if done, really, really exactly with hardly any rounding off at all, they will give you the same answer. So that's how you find the area of an oblique triangle. I'm Mr. True. Bam! Go do your homework.